The best classification of positive and negative affect is that of Jaak Panksepp, who died for more than a year ago, but who contributed fundamentally to our contemporary understanding of affects as subjective experience, motivating us toward what is pleasurable and away what is painful, and being characterized by typical expressions for each affect. What are these basic affects? They are basically 7. 3 positive, 3 negative, and 1 the searching system, which is just the wish for exploring reality and is neutral in terms of pleasure and unpleasure by itself. Positive affect system are attachment, everything having to do with search for dependency and offering dependency. Attachment is the most important affect system involved in the relationship between infant and mother. Second, erotism, the affect system involved with pleasure of a directly sexual kind, and that we now know exists from birth on, although it becomes dominant really during the Oedipal period. Erotism determines our capacity for sexual excitement, the wish for sexual contacts, sexual penetration and being penetrated, wish for particular behaviors that bring about intensification of sexual excitement and orgasm. All of this constitute the world of the erotic affect system. And the third positive system is the play bonding system, the pleasure in playful interaction with other members of one's own species, the source of friendship, intimate relation, other than the attachment dependency between infant and mother to begin with, but that of course influences all other relations later on. So that what Freud called libido is really the integration of all these positive affect systems of attachment, erotism, and play bonding. The combination of care, the wish for being cared for and to care, lust, the wish for sexual experience and gratification, and social friendship and enjoyment of company. These are the 3 basic affective systems, each of them with a number of affects, but that have in common the general characteristics. There are many ways in which sexual excitement, sexual fantasy, sexual behavior can express itself, but they have in common their erotic quality. There are many ways in which dependency and close dependency can show itself in different relationships, but the concept is always present of the search for care, being cared for, and wanting to take care of others. And the same for prey bonding. It takes the many forms of relationship, friendship, collegiality, intimacy, other than that connected with sex or dependency. The negative affect systems are first rage, aggression, really, manifested basically by rage, and then derived affects, anger, irritation, and all the forms of competition and aggressive behavior toward others. Envy is a very important secondary development. All of these are part of the rage system. The flight system is expressed in all danger signals that signal a danger that we can't destroy by our aggression and from which we have to escape from. All forms of fear, anxiety, panic. In effect, the third system of the negative one, in addition to aggression and to flight, is the separation panic. Separation panic is a system that gets activated when there is sensed an essential danger to life, an immediate danger to life, danger of death. We experience that if we are unable to breathe, if under conditions of drowning, under conditions of being subject to an enormous physical attack, an earthquake, experiences during combat in war. So separation panic starts out with the infant developing that panic when mother is not there, when the infant is hungry or is suffering. The infant cries, and if mother doesn't appear soon enough, the infant suffers from a primary fantasy that the world is falling apart. No expectation of anything getting better, and that initiates then the panic reaction, showing in extreme crying and pain of the infant, and constituting, if it is too intense and too frequent and with too long duration, creating traumatic consequences of disorganizing psychic functions. So each of these affect system gets activated under conditions when the world offers pleasure or pain. The infant at the breast, held by mother and being nourished, experiences an enormous pleasure, and once more of that becomes attached, and this contains an erotic element, and has all the positive affects in their earliest stages are combined. And the infant suffering from intense pain, intense hunger that is not taken care of in time, experiences all the terrible negative affects that constitute aggression. So practically, affects alert the environment to do something to the infant. And one aspect of affect systems is that they are expressed not only in behavior, but particularly in facial expression of happiness and unhappiness, of joyfulness, of fear and distrust, are inborn potential of each of these respective affects. So affects have a double function to signal to the organism what needs to be done to increase pleasure and avoid pain, and to signal to the environment what the need of the infant are before the infant learns to speak. And of course, all mammals have the same affect systems. And in all mammals, we find the same neurobiological structures in the limbic system for the positive affects, for the negative affects, respective neurotransmitter, some of them joining in different proportion for different affect system, some completely typical for one or another affect. I'm not going into the detail of the neurobiology because it's not a major subject at this point,